Hey, what's up, Street Talks? There, Kim from the Eric Street Photography blog. So I wanted to share with you some practical ideas on the idea of photography philosophy that you're always becoming a photographer. The basic idea is this. Honestly, in today's world, you're not going to starve to death, you're not die. And what's the purpose of life? So everyone has a different purpose of life, but a simple purpose in life might just be, my purpose in life is to be an artist, photographer, visual philosopher, whatever it may be. And so what if you spent all of your life and all your attention and focus on building your visual craft, on improving your photography, on fulfilling your own creative vision? A simple thing you do is just always have your camera around you. Like you see, I have the new Eric Kim neck strap Mark II with these beautiful brass components with my trusty broken Ricoh GR version 2. And whenever it comes to photography, it's honestly like a way of living life. It's photography and philosophy kind of stand together for me, because through photography I just notice more things that are beautiful. Through photography it gives me a chance to explore and see the world. Through photography it helps me become bolder, because there's oftentimes people that I'm interested in, strangers I'd like to talk to, but sometimes I feel a little bit nervous and self-conscious. But through photography it gives me the confidence to step outside my comfort zone, interact with these people. Also, I feel that all of us as photographers, we have a creative impulse. We want to create beautiful artwork that fulfills part of our creative instinct and our creative soul. And the biggest issue is that a lot of us, most of us are working like 8 to 10 hours a day, 5, 6, 7, sometimes 7 days a week, and we're not given an artistic outlet. And I kind of think of it like a pressure cooker, is that if you have all this creative pent-up energy and you're not allowed to release it, you're probably going to explode. Or it's probably perhaps less politically correct, I call it artistic blue balls. Like, if you have a lot of pent-up sexual energy and you're not allowed to vent it, you're going to get blue balls, which nobody likes blue balls, or blue ovaries, or whatever you want to call it, depending on your sex or gender. So once again, with photography, realize that you must express yourself as a photographer all the time. And practical ways to do this is that you don't always have to be shooting photos all the time, because photography, there's so many stacks and so many layers behind photography. There's the layers of photography of going out and shooting photos. There's the process of looking through your 1,000 pictures and culling down your photos to your favorite 10. There's a process of figuring out how to organize your photos, like which photos are going to go where. There's a process of post-processing your photos. There's a process of printing your photos or sharing it digitally. So there's so many different layers behind photography, and I think the best way to become the most developed visual artist is to do a full stack. So you're the producer, you're the publisher, you're the editor, you're the image selector, you're the shooter, you're the director, you're a little bit of everything. And if we use like kind of a cinema philosophy behind it, you watch a movie, there's all the credits. What if you just did all the stuff yourself? You're the director, you're the actor, you're the subject, you're the everything, you're the stuntman, whatever it may be. So realize that, once again, photography, it's a way of living life, it's a way of creating artwork. And yeah, think to yourself, is there a way I could be a photographer or an artist 24 hours in a day? So some practical ideas is you could just shoot with your phone. Generally, most people have the phone with them all the time. You could just kind of keep a camera, just treat it like a fashion accessory, honestly, just keep it around your neck. And sometimes you just see random stuff, you could just pick up your camera and just click and photograph it. Another idea is you could always be constantly studying images. So one thing I like to do too is in the evenings, if I want some visual stimulation or visual inspiration, I'll watch cinema or watch films on my laptop, and I'll just pause and take a screenshot every time I find an image or a composition I really like. I spend a lot of time looking at old photos from the master photographers, use apps on iPad like Procreate to annotate the images and to draw on top of them. And yeah, anything visual is good. I like to look at fashion, like to look at colors. So once again, develop yourself into a full stack photographer. Do photography from early on the day to the evening. Even one thing I like to do is I keep my photos organized in Dropbox according to the year, and I'll frequently go back to my old photos and constantly reselect, recull, and analyze my images. And just remember, as a photographer, there's not a final destination. You're constantly in a state of being as a photographer, and love and enjoy the process. Peace out.